Welcome to the Hidden Wealth Coins. What if the loose coins in your pocket are secretly worth a fortune? Imagine holding a simple dollar that could explode in value overnight, turning an ordinary moment into a life-changing discovery. Hidden among everyday presidential coins are rare errors and flawless treasures collectors desperately hunt. One tiny detail can mean the difference between $1 and thousands, maybe more. Before you spend them, look again. Your future wealth might already be in your hands. First up, if you've ever held a 2007 James Madison presidential dollar in your hand, you might not have thought twice about it. It looks like an ordinary golden coin, something you could easily spend without a second thought. But what if I told you that under certain rare conditions, this very coin could be worth far more than its face value? Not just a few extra dollars, but potentially thousands. The truth is, hidden within everyday coins are rare varieties and errors that collectors are willing to pay serious money for, and the James Madison dollar is no exception. The Presidential Dollar Series was launched in 2007 to honor former U.S. presidents, and James Madison was one of the first featured. As the fourth president of the United States and a key figure in drafting the Constitution, his legacy made him a perfect choice for the series. Millions of these coins were minted, which is why most of them are still only worth $1. However, the real story begins when we look beyond the ordinary versions and into the rare minting mistakes and high-grade specimens that can dramatically increase value. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 2007 James Madison dollar is the presence of mint errors. In some cases, coins were struck without edge lettering, the inscriptions that typically include the year, mint mark, and mottos. These missing edge lettering coins quickly caught the attention of collectors because they were produced by mistake. They are far rarer than standard coins, and rarity is a foundation of value in the coin collecting world. Now imagine finding one of these error coins in your pocket change. It sounds unbelievable, but it has happened before. People have unknowingly spent or received rare coins without realizing their true worth. A James Madison dollar with a clear minting error, especially one in excellent condition, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on demand and quality. That's where the excitement begins, because the difference between a common coin and a valuable one can be just a tiny detail. Condition plays a massive role in determining value. Coins are graded on a scale, and those in near-perfect condition, known as mint state, are the most desirable. A 2007 James Madison dollar graded MS-67 or higher can command significantly higher prices than a circulated coin. These top-grade coins are extremely rare because even the smallest scratch or imperfection can lower the grade. Collectors are always searching for flawless examples, and they are willing to pay a premium to own them. Another factor that adds intrigue to this coin is the difference between mint locations. The 2007 James Madison dollar was produced in multiple mints, including Philadelphia and Denver. While both versions are common, slight variations in strike quality or preservation can make one more valuable than the other. Collectors often compare these differences closely, hunting for the finest examples from each mint. Let's talk about the idea of a coin being worth millions. In reality, most 2007 James Madison dollars are not worth millions of dollars today. However, the excitement around coin collecting comes from the possibility, the chance that a rare error combined with perfect condition and strong collector demand could push a coin's value to extraordinary levels over time. History has shown that certain coins once considered ordinary have later become incredibly valuable due to rarity and demand. The emotional thrill of discovery is what drives collectors. Imagine going through a handful of coins and suddenly spotting something unusual, a missing inscription, an off-center strike, or a brilliant uncirculated shine. That moment can feel like uncovering hidden treasure. The James Madison dollar offers that possibility, especially for those who take the time to examine their coins carefully. It's also important to understand the role of grading services. Professional grading companies authenticate coins and assign them a grade, which helps establish their market value. A certified high-grade James Madison dollar is far more attractive to buyers because it guarantees authenticity and condition. This is why serious collectors often send their coins for grading before selling them. Over time, the value of collectible coins can increase as more people enter the hobby and demand rises. The presidential dollar series has a strong following, and as years pass, finding high-quality examples becomes more difficult. This gradual reduction in supply can push prices higher, especially for rare varieties and error coins. Patience is key. What seems ordinary today could become highly sought after in the future. There's also a psychological element to coin collecting. People love the idea of turning something small into something big. A simple $1 coin transforming into a valuable collectible captures the imagination. It's not just about money. It's about the story, the hunt, and the possibility of discovering something extraordinary in the most unexpected places. However, it's important to stay realistic and informed. Not every James Madison dollar is a hidden fortune. Many claims about coins being worth millions are exaggerated. The true value depends on rarity, condition, and demand, not just a year or design. Educating yourself about these factors is essential if you want to succeed in coin collecting. If you happen to own a 2007 James Madison presidential dollar, don't rush to spend it. Take a closer look. Check for errors. Examine its condition, and consider having it evaluated if it appears unusual or exceptionally well preserved. That small effort could reveal something far more valuable than you expected. In the end, the story of the James Madison dollar is a reminder that value isn't always obvious. Sometimes, the most ordinary objects hold hidden potential. Whether or not you find a rare version, the journey of exploring coins can be rewarding in itself. And who knows, the next time you check your change, you might just discover a coin that changes the way you see money forever. Second up, if you ever come across a 2009 presidential dollar featuring William Henry Harrison, you probably saw it as just another golden coin. It looks simple, almost ordinary, and easy to ignore. But hidden within coins like this is a powerful truth. Sometimes the smallest, most overlooked objects can carry surprising value. The idea that a single dollar coin could transform your financial future sounds unbelievable. Yet this is exactly what draws millions of collectors into the world of rare coins. The 2009 William Henry Harrison presidential dollar was released as part of a series honoring past U.S. presidents. Harrison himself had one of the shortest presidencies in history, yet his coin became part of a much larger story. Millions of these coins were minted and released into circulation, meaning most examples you find today are only worth their face value. But the real excitement begins when collectors start searching for the rare versions, those few coins that stand out from the rest. What makes this coin interesting is not just its design, but the possibility of minting errors. During production, even the most advanced systems can make mistakes. Some coins may have weak or missing edge lettering, while others might show doubling or unusual strikes. These small imperfections, which might seem like flaws to the average person, are actually treasures in the eyes of collectors. A rare error can turn a $1 coin into something worth hundreds or even thousands. Imagine holding a coin and noticing something slightly off. Maybe the lettering isn't clear, or the surface looks unusually perfect. That moment of curiosity can lead to discovery. There have been cases where people unknowingly carried valuable coins in their pockets, spending them without realizing what they had. The 2009 Harrison dollar carries that same potential, especially for those who know what to look for. Condition is one of the most powerful factors in determining value. A coin that has never been used, with sharp details and no scratches, is far more desirable than one that has been heavily circulated. Collectors use grading systems to measure this, and coins in top grades, often labeled as mint state, can reach impressive prices. A nearly flawless 2009 Harrison dollar can be worth many times more than a worn example, simply because of its condition. Another layer of value comes from where the coin was minted. These coins are produced in different facilities, such as Philadelphia and Denver. While both versions are common, slight differences in quality or preservation can make one more desirable than another. Collectors often study these details carefully, searching for coins that stand out in terms of sharpness and overall appearance. Now let's address the bold claim, the idea that this coin could be worth millions. In today's market, there are no confirmed sales of a 2009 William Henry Harrison dollar reaching millions of dollars. However, the dream exists because rare coins in history have reached extraordinary values. When rarity, perfect condition and collector demand combined, prices can rise dramatically. While it may not make you a billionaire overnight, it could still be worth far more than you expect. The excitement of coin collecting comes from this very possibility. It's the thrill of searching, the anticipation of discovery, and the hope that something ordinary might turn out to be extraordinary. Each coin becomes a mystery waiting to be solved. And sometimes, that mystery leads to surprising reward. Professional grading plays a major role in unlocking a coin's value. When a coin is examined and certified by experts, it gains credibility in the market. Buyers are more willing to pay higher prices for coins that have been authenticated and graded. For a 2009 Harrison dollar, achieving a high grade from a trusted service can significantly increase its appeal and potential price. Over time, coins have become more valuable as they become harder to find in top condition. As years pass, many coins are lost, damaged, or worn down. This naturally reduces the number of high-quality examples available. For collectors, this creates a sense of urgency because the fewer perfect coins that exist, the more valuable they can become. There's also a deeper emotional connection behind coin collecting. It's not just about money. It's about history, discovery, and the excitement of owning something unique. A coin like the 2009 Harrison dollar connects you to a piece of the past, while also offering the possibility of future value. That combination makes it far more than just a simple piece of metal. At the same time, it's important to stay realistic. Not every coin will be rare, and not every coin will be valuable. Many exaggerated claims exist, promising unbelievable wealth from common coins. The truth is more balanced. Value comes from rarity, condition, and demand. Understanding these factors helps you separate real opportunities from unrealistic expectations. If you have a 2009 William Henry Harrison presidential dollar, take a closer look before spending it. Examine the details, check for unusual features, and consider its condition. You might find that it's just an ordinary coin, but there's always a chance it could be something more. That small effort could make a big difference. In the end, the true power of this coin lies in its potential. It reminds you that value isn't always obvious and that opportunities can be hidden in plain sight. Whether it becomes a valuable collectible or remains a simple dollar, the journey of discovering its story is what makes it truly special. Third up, when you hear about a 2010 presidential dollar featuring Abraham Lincoln, it instantly sounds powerful. Lincoln is not just any historical figure. He is one of the most respected presidents in American history. So naturally, many people believe that a coin carrying his image must be extremely valuable, maybe even worth millions. That belief alone creates excitement, curiosity, and a sense that you might be holding something extraordinary in your hands without even realizing it. The Presidential Dollar Series was designed to honor great leaders, and Lincoln's coin stands out because of his legacy. But here's the reality you need to understand clearly. There's no official 2010 presidential dollar coin featuring Abraham Lincoln in circulation. The presidential dollar program follows a strict order based on presidents, and Lincoln appeared earlier in the series. This confusion often leads people to assume that any Lincoln-related dollar coin from around that time must be extremely rare, which is not always true. However, that doesn't kill the excitement. It actually makes the story more interesting, because even when a coin is misunderstood, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Some coins that look ordinary can carry hidden value due to rare conditions, errors, or exceptional quality. The idea that a coin can transform your life overnight comes from real stories where collectors discovered rare varieties worth far more than expected. Let's talk about what truly creates value. First comes rarity. Millions of presidential dollar coins were minted, which means most of them are very common. In fact, many circulated coins remain worth only their face value of $1. Even uncirculated examples usually sell for just a few dollars unless they have something special about them. That something special is what you should focus on, not just the name on the coin. CoinValueChecker.com. One of the biggest game changers is mint errors. During production, coins sometimes come out imperfect. These imperfections can include missing edge lettering, doubled inscriptions, or unusual surface marks. These are not just mistakes. They are opportunities. Collectors actively search for these rare variations, and some of them can sell for hundreds or even more depending on how rare and visible the error is. CoinValueChecker.com. Condition is another powerful factor. A coin that has never been used, with a flawless surface and sharp details, can be worth many times more than a worn coin. High-grade coins, especially those graded MS-67 or higher, are extremely hard to find. Even a small scratch can reduce value dramatically. That's why collectors pay a premium for coins that look almost perfect, as if they just came out of mint. Now, let's address the million-dollar dream. It sounds exciting, and it's the kind of story that spreads quickly. But in reality, no standard presidential dollar coin, including those associated with Lincoln, has reached millions of dollars in verified sales. The highest values usually come from rare historical coins, not modern mass-produced ones. Still, the possibility of finding a rare error or top-grade coin keeps the dream alive. Think about this for a moment. You could be holding a coin that looks completely normal, but under close inspection, it reveals a unique detail, a slight doubling, a missing inscription, or an unusually sharp strike. That tiny detail could be the difference between $1 and hundreds of dollars. This is why experienced collectors never ignore small details. There's also a strong emotional pull behind coins like this. Owning a coin linked to someone like Abraham Lincoln feels meaningful. It connects you to history, to leadership, and to a story much bigger than money. That emotional value often drives collectors to pay more, especially for coins that are in excellent condition or have a unique feature. Professional grading is another key step. When a coin is certified by experts, it becomes more trusted in the market. Buyers feel confident paying higher prices because they know the coin has been properly evaluated. Without grading, it's much harder to prove a coin's true worth, especially if you believe it has special qualities. Over time, coins can become more valuable simply because fewer high-quality examples remain. Coins get lost, damaged, or worn out as the supply of top-condition coins decreases. Demand can push prices higher. This slow increase is where real value grows, not overnight, but over years. At the same time, you need to stay realistic. Not every Lincoln-related coin is a hidden treasure. Many online claims exaggerate values, promising life-changing wealth from common coins. The truth is more grounded. Value depends on rarity, condition, and demand, not just the name or year printed on the coin. If you think you have a special presidential dollar connected to Lincoln, don't rush to spend it. Take a closer look. Check the edges. Examine the surface, and compare it with known error types. If it looks unusual or exceptionally clean, it might be worth getting it checked by a professional. In the end, the real power of a coin like this isn't just its price, it's the possibility. It reminds you that something small and ordinary can carry hidden potential. Maybe it won't make you a billionaire overnight, but it could still surprise you. And sometimes, that sense of discovery is worth more than the coin itself. Fourth up, if you've ever held a 2007 presidential dollar with the face of George Washington, you might have thought it was just another ordinary coin, a simple golden dollar, something you could spend without thinking twice. But here's where the story gets powerful. Coins like this carry a hidden world of value, mystery, and possibility. The idea that a single dollar could transform your financial future feels almost unreal. Yet it's this exact belief that pulls people deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting. The 2007 George Washington dollar was the very first coin released in the Presidential Dollar series, which already gives it a special place in modern U.S. coin history. Being the first means it gained massive attention when it was introduced. Millions of people collected it, saved it, and searched for rare versions. But here's the reality. You need to understand this clearly. Not every coin from the series is valuable. In fact, most of them are extremely common because over 340 million coins were produced. Coin note +1. At first glance, that might sound disappointing, but this is where things get exciting. Value in coins doesn't come from just being old or famous. It comes from rarity, condition, and unique features. A normal circulated 2007 Washington dollar is usually worth around $1 to $2. But the moment you introduce something unusual, like a minting error or a perfect condition, that value can jump dramatically. Coin note, one of the most famous and valuable features of this coin is the missing edge lettering error. These coins are supposed to have inscriptions on the edge, including the year and mottos. But some were released without this lettering, creating what collectors call a rare error. These coins became highly desirable, sometimes selling for significantly higher prices than normal versions. Coin's value. Imagine this. You're holding a coin, and it looks completely normal from the front and back. But when you check the edge, something is missing. That small detail could be the difference between a coin worth $1 and one worth hundreds. That's the kind of hidden power that makes this coin so exciting. Condition is another game changer. Coins that are untouched, with no scratches, no wear, and sharp details, are called mint state coins. These are the coins collectors chase the most. A high-grade Washington dollar can sell for several times its face value, and in rare cases, even more if it's nearly perfect. The difference between an average coin and a top-grade coin can be massive. CoinValueChecker.com. Another factor that adds depth to this story is the mint location. These coins were produced in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each version has slight differences, and collectors often compare them closely. While most are still common, certain variations, especially proof coins from San Francisco, can be more desirable due to their quality and lower production numbers. Now let's talk about the big claim, the idea of this coin being worth millions. It sounds powerful, dramatic, and exciting, but the truth is important. There is no verified record of a 2007 George Washington dollar selling for millions of dollars. Most values remain in the range of a few dollars to a few hundred, depending on rarity and condition. However, the dream exists because rare coins in history have reached extraordinary prices, and that possibility keeps collectors searching. Coino, the real magic of this coin, is not just in its price. It's in the discovery. The feeling that you might find something rare in your pocket change is what makes this journey addictive. Every coin becomes a mystery. Every detail matters. And sometimes that curiosity leads to something valuable. There's also a psychological side to this. People love the idea of turning something small into something big. A simple $1 coin becoming a valuable collectible feels like unlocking hidden treasure. That emotional excitement is a huge part of why coins like this continue to capture attention. Professional grading is another important step if you believe your coin is special. Experts examine the coin and assign it a grade, which helps determine its market value. A graded coin is more trusted, more respected, and often more valuable in the eyes of collectors. Over time, coins like the 2007 Washington dollar can slowly increase in value, especially high-quality or rare versions. As years pass, fewer perfect coins remain, and demand from collectors continues. This gradual increase is how real value builds, not overnight, but steadily. At the same time, you need to stay grounded. Not every Washington dollar is a hidden fortune. Many exaggerated claims online promise life-changing wealth from common coins, but the truth is more realistic. Value depends on specific features, not just a name or year. If you have this coin, don't rush to spend it. Take a closer look. Check the edge lettering. Examine the condition and compare it with known rare varieties. That simple step could reveal something you never expected. In the end, this coin represents something bigger than money. It represents possibility. It reminds you that even the most ordinary objects can carry hidden value. Maybe it won't make you a billionaire overnight, but it might just surprise you in ways you never imagined.